Watch with electric lighter. The first gadget we're going to show you today is for people who prefer a minimalist lifestyle. For many people, watches and lighters are essential items, so they can't leave the house without them. So it turns out that these two things can be combined. The dial of the watch that you see on the screen moves to the side. This activates a device similar to a car cigarette lighter. There's no open fire, so the watch is safe. By the way, it's recharged using a regular USB port. And also, the size of the watch was not affected by the complex device. It's no bigger than any other watch. InCharge 6. Today, the average person is surrounded by a huge number of gadgets designed to make their life more comfortable and interesting. The problems begin though when these gadgets run out of energy. Suddenly it turns out that each gadget has its own cable and its own charger. InCharge 6 is a device that solves this problem. According to the developers, this small device is all you need to recharge all the electronic gadgets you have. You have USB, USB-C, micro USB, and lightning cables at your disposal. InCharge 6 truly eliminates any obstacles and restrictions. But that's not all. The device can even recharge one smartphone using the energy of another. And of course, you can charge your headphones or smartwatch using your phone. You can pre-order InCharge 6 for $13 from the crowdfunding platform. The InCharge 6 Max model with a 1.5 meter long cable will cost you at least $19. Hymo. Different kinds of personal vehicles as an alternative to cars is becoming more and more popular every year. The leader in the level of comfort provided is undoubtedly the bicycle. However, the size of this vehicle isn't that ideal. Hymo is an invention that features all of the best elements of personal electric vehicles. Here is a bicycle so compact that it will fit in a luggage carrier or even in a backpack when folded. To make the impossible possible, the engineers have decided to abandon the usual monolithic frame design. Instead, the bike has 6 folding lines. Each of them is securely fixed, so you don't have to worry about safety. Hymo weighs only 14.5 kilograms. Its top speed is 18 kilometers per hour. 4 to 6 hours of charging are enough to cover 30 kilometers, and it costs at least $469. LaserPecker Pro. If you've always wanted to own things that are a one-of-a-kind, then this invention was made especially for you. LaserPecker Pro is an engraver. It's small, portable, and can be installed almost anywhere, even on a kitchen table or a desk. This feature makes it ideal for personal use. LaserPecker Pro burns images on fabric, wood, leather, plastic, felt, paper, and cardboard. It can help you create a picture, decorate furniture, or personal items such as a wallet or a flask. The control is simple and intuitive. Installation takes a couple of minutes, and the burnt image can be chosen in the companion app. You can buy the device for a minimum price of $300. Diveroid. If you look at the cost of specialized underwater cameras, you'll soon realize that only professionals who are constantly shooting underwater can afford to buy one. What can ordinary people who just want to experiment with a camera do? Well, you can try Diveroid. It would cost you about $300. This device will turn any standard smartphone into an underwater camera. Basically, it's a waterproof closed housing. It comes with a special mobile application, which will display information about the depth of the dive, the location, and the temperature. 3 buttons on the side of the case can be used to control the smartphone without surfacing. Note the shape of the device too. It makes the information on the screen bright and easy to read. With Diveroid, you can dive to a depth of 60 meters. It also increases safety. In an emergency, you can easily send a distress signal along with your location. The official application gives you advice and warns you of any threats as well. For example, if you're diving too deep or surfacing too fast. Cosmo Communicator. Despite the fact that advanced smartphones offer lots of functions, they aren't as good as computers, at least not in terms of power, speed, or convenience. That's why the specialists of the London company Planet Computers did not follow the most simple and obvious path, developing smartphones. Instead, they focused on developing gadgets that, while compact in size, would not be inferior to personal computers. And so, they launched the Cosmo Communicator for a price of $750. The gadget's equipped with a 24-megapixel camera, it has 6GB of RAM, 128GB of flash memory, and a 6-inch touchscreen display. Those who like to type will appreciate the presence of a QWERTY keyboard. By the way, there is a second display on the top cover too. It's a 2-inch screen that shows information about calls and notifications. Mini revolvers. Self-defense is a delicate and quite controversial issue. It is up to each person to decide for themselves what measures to take and what devices to use to protect their loved ones and property. Firearms are still one of the most common ways to defend oneself, and even those people who are afraid of huge guns or pistols with the strongest recoil nowadays can find a suitable option for their needs. Today's market offers a huge number of different models, but these new generation firearms are incredibly tiny. Like the mini revolvers you see on the screen right now. These guns are barely the size of the human palm. The length varies depending on the model, but it's 7 centimeters on average. Unloaded, it weighs only 170 grams. However, in terms of efficiency, they're almost as good as their larger counterparts. The caliber of the models also varies. It can be 22 or 32. All of these features make the mini revolvers ideal for ordinary people. They're easy to store and easy to carry. They even fit in your jeans pocket.